Yes, Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving! Welcome back to Pressure. It's your girl Alicia, Jazzy, Hawkins. And it's not only Thanksgiving, it's a special Thanksgiving. I got Baton Rouge finest in the house tonight. If you ain't heard about Baton Rouge, you better tune in and stay tuned. It's up. It's up. My girl Raven, she finna come in. I ain't even gonna introduce nothing but the chicken because that's my element. Rosemary Chicken, she finna turn it up. Raven, man, come on in here and show us what you got going.
Hey everybody, I'm super excited to be here. It's Saint Sunday. We're gonna get some rosemary chicken going. We're gonna do it in the air fryer because it's 2020. That's the best thing 2020 has given me. And then we have a fall cocktail for you guys. So it's gonna be an apple cider margarita, which I'm gonna show you all the substitutions that can happen, but it's gonna be really good. And just like my cupcakes at Baton Rouge would, it's gonna get you lit.
Okay, well, wash your hands, girl. We finna go ahead on and get it popping in here. I know about the seasonings, but this alcohol, you know, I'm a brown girl. What's going on over here, girl? I can't wait to show me something.
All right, so we're gonna get started with the rosemary chicken. So I'm a chicken thigh person. I know some people say the chicken breasts are healthier. I just like the dark meat.
Okay.
As far as seasoning goes, it's real simple. Of course, you have rosemary and thyme. Okay. So I use equal parts of this. I don't really measure so much. It's wait till the ancestors tell me to stop. Okay. So we have rosemary and thyme there. Then I have cayenne pepper and paprika. Probably a little more cayenne than I have paprika because I'm from Louisiana and that kick is something that we need.
I feel you. I'm a crab bar girl.
Yeah. Okay. I need a little bit of sea salt. We'll probably not use that much because you have to be real careful with the salt when you're cooking, especially when you're using salted butter. Okay. So just make sure that when you're in the kitchen, you're always thinking, I can add salt, but I can't take it away.
Okay.
Aside from that, we have some minced garlic because that's also one of those staples. I think pretty much every meal needs some garlic in it. And then we got parsley. We're not going to season with the parsley, as is the trend. We're just going to add a little bit on top. And then we got some melted butter over here. So that's it for the chicken thighs. Just the chicken thighs, the seasoning, and the butter. So it's going to be real simple. And like I said, we're going to pop it in the air fryer, which is, like I said, again, the best invention of 2020.
Okay. So I'm not gonna let you speed past that because I'm not air fryer fluent.
Okay, so the air fryer is probably my favorite thing in my kitchen. I can do everything in it. I can put chicken in there, salmon, I can put steak in it. I can reheat anything that wouldn't really take well in the microwave, french fries, bread, all that kind of stuff can go in the air fryer and it comes out perfect.
So what's your time frame? Because I mean,
this chicken 25 to 30 minutes. Real easy, real simple, no mess. All you gotta do is pop that out of there and then rinse it off in the sink.
We can't put the turkey in there.
There's some that are big enough for a full turkey. Not that one, but honestly, air frying, you can do it with anything.
Literally anything. Gotcha. Okay, so show me how you gonna season this chicken.
All right, so we're gonna get started. So I use boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Usually when you buy them from the store, they still have some skin on them, but that's fine for seasoning purposes. Okay. They're already butterflied, so we just gonna open it up because we want to make sure that we're seasoning the whole chicken thigh and not just the outside or just one side. So let's start with maybe 4 of them. Just to put them in the air fryer and make sure that we can lay them all flat instead of them being on top of each other.
Okay, so it's non-stick?
It is non-stick, yeah. Okay. That one in particular, I know some people do add olive oil to theirs, but I don't really think that is necessary, especially when you're about to use butter, because of course that has those non-stick qualities as well. So our butter is being sitting for a little while because it doesn't have to be hot when it's going on the chicken. It just needs to be soft or melted. I prefer melted because I can make sure that it gets on every part of the chicken.
Yes.
Exactly. So pretty much all of these ingredients, we're just gonna add them together and then put them on the chicken. So it's real simple.
Okay.
So we'll be putting the minced garlic in that butter. We'll stir that up.
So is it a certain consistency you're looking for, or are you just doing the
Not really. I just, like I said, I kind of just wing it, do whatever the ancestors are whispering to me to do.
Yeah, I'm
and then go from there. So I'm pretty much going to add everything except for I'm not going to add all that salt, of course. Gotcha. We're just going to be real careful with that.
Most definitely. Yes, hypertension is a big thing in the Black community.
Exactly, so we have to be careful. So if you see that cayenne and that paprika completely change the color of that butter, and it's gonna look real nice after we finish air frying it.
So how long have you been in business?
Okay, so for Bad and Booze, we've been open since February. It kind of started off as me just wanting to do something fun for the holiday. And Valentine's Day rolled around. I rolled out a special menu that just had all these real sensual titles. We had a guilty pleasure cupcake that was chocolate. We had a red light special cupcake that was a red velvet. So those kinds of things. It was really fun and cute to do. Mardi Gras came around, of course, we're in Louisiana, so I had a special one for Mardi Gras as well. Yeah, that one was like a spice cake, and it kind of was a take on king cake, but in cupcake form. So that was fun as well.
So let me ask you this, do you have a bartending background?
So for bartending for me, I used to manage a restaurant, and it was really busy. It was a black-owned restaurant. Everyone would go there. So oftentimes I'd have to hide behind the bar.
Okay.
Margaritas was the first thing that I learned how to make, and I was so happy because I think I served one table and they were like, oh girl, can you make the rest of mine for the rest of the night?
Yeah, you popping.
Yeah. So after that, I was like, okay, love to get a good drink in. I'm 22, so I'm only just now starting to explore the world of alcohol. Okay. So it's kind of fun to kind of see what works well together, what it does, the different effects and all of that. So to me, mixing and cooking, those are like the art forms that I'm good at.
Measuring. Right. If you can measure those seasonings properly, you can measure a drink.
Right.
It's hand in hand.
So we'll go back to the chicken. That butter and that seasoning is right here. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on each of the chicken thighs, and then I'll use this sauce brush to kind of make sure that I get it on all of it evenly. So like I said, it doesn't have to be hot. So if you melt the butter and then let it sit, that's fine, as long as it's just not solid.
I actually like this texture. I think it'll soak in much better than versus hot and running off.
Right, it'll be a little bit easier to make
like
sure that it gets on there evenly. Exactly. Yeah, a paste will be the consistency.
That's correct.
So we'll just make sure we get that all on this side, and then we'll flip it over, do the same thing, and then we're gonna pop it in the air fryer, and then our work is done, which is my favorite thing about doing air fried meals. It's super simple.
Definitely gonna have to invest because everything takes time with me. I'm like Big Mama.
Oh yeah.
You know, Big Mama need her stuff to roll. But the good thing about it, I have everything rolling at one time. I'm not cooking the rice after the red beans are ready and stuff like that. So, but I slow roll it.
Yeah. Now, of course, you know, there's some things that you gotta do it the old traditional way. Yeah. You gotta fry catfish in the grease. You just have to. But other things that you're trying to go for, maybe a healthier take, you don't want to use all of that oil, or you just don't have the time, or it's been a long day, you season something, and now you want to have your kids put it in the air fryer. It's simple.
Yeah, your mate, because I mean,
they don't.
The guys can't cook.
They can. So they can grill, but that's about the gist of it.
Well, a lot of them can't grill. Well, they can't see me no way.
All right, grilling master, we're going to come back in the summertime.
Oh, all right. Well, let's go. I feel like I have a challenge.
So we'll add a little bit more to the other side. Pretty much use all of that. And as far as the amount of butter that I used, I just used a full stick. So that's a real simple measurement to remember as well.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna put this over here and wash my hands, and then I'll come right back.
Oh, this fits. You can smell all the seasonings. It's just the aroma. It ain't even cooking yet.
All right, so we'll spread that again on that other side. Just try to get it as even as possible. It's not gonna be perfect, but it really doesn't matter because we're gonna kind of fold the chicken back up before we put it back in the air fryer.
Gotcha.
Rosemary is something new that I've started to cook with. At first I was like, oh, it's kind of an acquired taste. I don't know how I like it. But it's one of those things where if you're tired of like eating the same thing, it always feels like everything tastes the same. Yeah. Rosemary will really mix it up for you.
I think I had some rosemary mashed potatoes or something like that one time. And like you said, it was different. But I think it was the way it was cooked. When I cooked it for myself, I loved it. When I tried it, I didn't so much.
And I mean, I'm that way about a lot of things, which is why I like cooking, because I can kind of control what parts of a meal I like, what I didn't really like, take some stuff out, add some stuff, all of that kind of thing. I can always satisfy myself in the kitchen. So all you can do is just pop the tray out. The surface of it is similar to a nonstick pan, except there's these little vents at the bottom where the air kind of circulates throughout it.
Okay. Easy assemble, easy clean?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Easy to give somebody else directions, which is the major part for me.
My easy new investment.
All right, so we kind of just fold it back up, just like we, you know, opened it up at the beginning to make sure that we got that seasoning on there.
Gotcha.
We'll just do that. And like I said, we're just gonna put 4 in this particular air fryer because of the size. You don't want to sit them on top of each other because you want everything to cook evenly.
No overcrowding. No overcrowding. I love this thing.
There's some little settings on the air fryer that make it user friendly. I kind of just wing it sometimes, but for chicken I usually go 360 and then start my timer. I'm gonna just put it on 10 minutes because in 10 minutes we'll flip it just to make sure again that it's cooking evenly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm gonna move this out of the way and then we can get started on that cocktail.
I'm ready for that. I'm ready. I'm excited. All right. So tell me something about Thanksgiving. What's your favorite Thanksgiving memory?
My favorite Thanksgiving memory was probably when I was maybe like 10. Here in Baton Rouge, it would only be me and my brother that were our age. So we would go to Atlanta for holidays where all my cousins were. So I just remember going around to like a bunch of different houses one day, waking up, and then the next day we went to the outlet mall because of course Black Friday sales.
Yeah.
And that's probably my fondest Thanksgiving memory. Now we're like older, everybody kind of does their own thing. Some people are in Lafayette, some people are in Houston, some people are in California. They're all over the place, so we don't really get together that many people. Yeah.
Okay, so when y'all did get together, did y'all have a good cocktail like you finna put together for us this
So
Thanksgiving?
my mom would mix up some cocktails. I think I'm the better bartender, the better mixologist, but you know.
You hear that, Mom?
Aside from that, I mean, all I remember is thinking like, oh, I want to try that because I'm like 10 and it wasn't happening. So, yeah.
Okay. So what you got here for us?
All right, so like I said, we'll do one of my favorite things, a margarita, but we're gonna do an apple cider margarita instead of using that lemon and that lime. We'll be using apples and cinnamon.
Well, it is Thanksgiving.
Right, so we gotta make it, you know, festive.
Right, gotcha.
So to get started with this one, you can do it frozen, you can do it on the rocks, you can do it with Hennessy instead of tequila, you can use you can use vodka, whatever, you know, is your choice because all of the ingredients are pretty commonplace for cocktails.
Gotcha.
So to start with, we have cold pressed apple cider. So I just use any store-bought apple cider juice. So as long as it's not sparkling, it'll work well for this cocktail. So we'll do a cup of this for a serving of 2.
Okay.
And this little mixer bottle is just, well, I got a little bit more, so we just gonna up that recipe just a little bit. Okay, and then we got triple sec. So triple sec is pretty much like a sugary lemon juice, but it also has an orange flavor. So it's gonna be really good with the apple. It's gonna pair well, and it's gonna make it not as sweet. So we pretty much just fill up the shot glass and pour that in there.
The citrus secret weapon.
Oh yeah. And actually we're gonna, like I said, we left this recipe, so I'm gonna just add a little bit more. It won't hurt.
She's seasoned with the ancestors, so I can't.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, come on.
They just told me I wasn't done yet.
Right. It's only right.
All right, and then we're gonna go with my favorite. So that's 1800. I like this one. I'm not really a Patron girl. I know some people are, but this is just, you know, my choice.
Gotcha.
So we'll fill this up. And like I said, we're pretty much gonna do equal parts with this and the triple sec. And so I'll just add a little bit more, just like we did with that. And it's really perfect because I have this little bottle that's super easy for shaking and then pouring.
Gotcha. The convenience.
Exactly. But before I do that, I'm gonna dip the glasses in some water and then we'll do cinnamon sugar instead of salt, which some people just aren't fans of sugar around their rum, so you can add salt to that and it still will taste pretty good. I'm just a sugar girl myself.
I am as well.
So it just kind of makes the glass look nice.
Yes. Real
So
fun.
right. So, you know, people will get that. You'll hand it to a guest or something at Thanksgiving and they'll get excited like, ooh, what's that? So that's always the effect that I go for when I'm making a cocktail. When I'm trying to put it inside of a cupcake, I want it to be something that's like, oh, wow, I think that'll taste good.
Presentation.
Exactly. So we heard this go off. So that means that it's been 10 minutes. We'll pop that out and you can kind of see what that looks like.
Oh, bring it over here. Let's see. I want to see. Let's see.
So this is only halfway through the cooking process. Maybe not even halfway. Let's say 30%.
Okay.
So at this point, I'm just gonna grab a fork and we'll just flip those over, like I said, so that they can cook evenly. And if they, you know, come unfolded, it's not a big deal because we made sure to season the chicken on all sides.
Right.
As long as they're not overlapping in here, they'll cook on the way that they should. So I'm gonna pop that back in there and then I'll go wash my hands and we'll get back to this cocktail.
So now another 10?
Yep, I'm gonna set it for another 10 and then look at it and kind of see if it needs a little bit more. I'm one of those people where I like to see those brown edges on my meat. So if I'm cooking something in the oven, I might throw it on the broil.
Girl.
Yeah, I gotta see.
It's only right. Only right. Baton Rouge Finest in the house once again. Baton Rouge and Jazzy Sweets. I just can't wait for this thing to stop. The presentation is up. Like, I'm looking forward to trying something new. I love something new. So we doing this on the rocks, or
we are gonna do it on the rocks. So while we're doing this, I'm gonna grab another glass and we'll put some ice in there and then mix it up.
Okay. I'm excited. I mean, she got the fresh cinnamon and everything. The presentation is on fire again. That's what's up.
All right, so we're gonna grab some ice. I'm gonna cube the ice first and not crushed ice. It works better for alcohol because then it's not watering down.
Right.
All right, so like I said, we're gonna make 2 of these. So I'm gonna just fill that cup up with ice because I've already measured out this drink. Sometimes, you know, people like to just put the ice at the end, but it really doesn't matter. So make sure that lid is on there tight. So we have the triple sec, the apple cider, and that tequila in there. So I'm just gonna shake it up. It doesn't have to be shaking a whole lot because it's been sitting there. All right, so we've done that. So now I'm just gonna fill those cups up. And look at that, the perfect amount.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so now I have some cinnamon sticks. I use those for garnish and for flavor. It just kind of adds something to it. Plus, it's a nice look. Of course, we're going for the fall theme.
That's right.
And then, just to add something else, we'll just do slices of apple and just garnish the drink with that. They're kind of thin because, like I said, it's just us garnishing it. And then we're gonna put some of that cinnamon sugar on top of that as well.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be off the chain. You can smell the fall in this drink.
But that's what we go for.
Yeah.
So imagine this in a cupcake because I can do it in there too.
That's what I'm standing here thinking about.
So we're gonna dust that with that and then just sit it on top of that drink.
Oh, look at that.
Alright, and now we have something real festive and fall like I said, you hand it to a guest that's at your house for Thanksgiving and they're like immediately, what is that?
Yeah.
I want that. So if you wanna go ahead and taste it, you can taste it. Right? You ready to taste it?
Yes, taste it.
Liking the white liquor?
Listen, this tastes like apple pie turned up.
That's what we going for. So just imagine it with Hennessy.
But I don't even really
Need it, huh?
know.
Yeah, we try to.
That's perfect.
Usually, if you're using liquor and then you're using something like triple sec or you're using anything that has a liquor content, you don't really have to put that much of that straight alcohol in there because then that just takes over the drink. So you notice if you go to a restaurant or something, you might be drinking something and it's strong, you can kind of taste it. But usually those drinks at your homegirl house are a little bit stronger.
Definitely.
It's still gonna get you to the right
To the
destination.
same place.
Exactly.
That's right. Well, that was delicious, man. Thank you so much for introducing me
I'm
to this.
glad
'Cause
you
I'm telling
enjoyed
you,
it.
When I get home, it's going
That's
down.
the
The family
cocktail,
better
huh?
be looking forward. I'm telling you. That's right. So what we looking at? What the time looking like on
Let's
this?
see. Looks like maybe like a minute, and really I can go ahead and open it and just check on it because again, this is just one of those times where we're gonna flip it. So now you see it getting done, and you can kind of see what I meant when I said that it only takes 20 minutes.
It's the sizzle for me.
I'm telling you. So while that's there, I'm gonna flip it again just to make sure that we're, you know, cooking it evenly. And then we'll probably put it in for maybe 5 more minutes on a bit of a lower temperature, just so that it doesn't burn. And we make sure that that chicken is cooked completely.
Oh, it looks so delicious.
When we're talking about seafood and things like that, their cook time is of course much easier. If you're doing salmon, you might put it in the air fryer for 10 to 15 minutes, and that's it, just so that it doesn't get tough, because of course that cooks a little bit faster than chicken or beef.
So you don't even have to have a particular go-to. You can just literally just
throw anything. You can put bacon in there. A thing that I do a lot is Brussels sprouts in the air fryer. You can put bacon in the Brussels sprouts, and that's really good too. So that's something that I also do. And honestly, it might be something that I pair with some rosemary chicken. So I'm gonna set that timer to 5 minutes, and I'm gonna just turn it down to about 320. And then by the time that's done, that chicken will be finished. And that's all that it took. You got a nice drink, you got chicken, and I don't know how many minutes it's been, but of course, it's a lot quicker than if you put it in the oven.
It's been under 30 minutes for sure. For sure. For sure. Yeah. And the prep time is perfect. It's perfect. Can't go wrong with a good drink and a quick fixing.
Exactly.
Okay. So while we're waiting on the chicken, give me a little bit more information on your businesses.
Okay, so Baton Booze has an Instagram, so it's baton.booze. On Instagram, we haven't gotten onto Twitter yet, but as far as ordering cupcakes, it's really simple. You can direct message me there. We have a Facebook page, Baton Booze. You can go to my personal Facebook page, Lindsey. I post everything that I post on the cupcake page goes on my personal page too. I believe that marketing yourself is the most important way to market your business. So like I said, you can direct message me. I have something called a job form on the Shop Now link on my Facebook page and in my bio on Instagram. So pretty much with that form, all you do is put your name, your phone number, what day you want your cupcakes, and then tell me a little bit about your order. I have people that want themes. Sometimes they might want a gender reveal cupcake that we can fill with blue or pink icing or any kind of filling. For that reason, we have the seasonal selection. So there's a fall menu that's posted on my page as well. And then aside from that, I do bulk orders. I do mini cupcakes, cookie cakes, cupcake jars, pretty much anything I can infuse some liquor into it. Bachelor parties, weddings, bridal showers, all of that fun stuff.
Okay, cool. That's cool. That's cool. So you can just pretty much put anything into a cupcake. Just bring my cupcake dreams to life.
I can bring it to life.
Okay. So what's your favorite time of the year as far as business wise? What's your best quarter?
Probably Valentine's Day, because like I said, that's when I got started, and that was the first initial, sale that I had. So I think that probably when Valentine's Day rolls around, I'll probably kick it back to my original menu and just do those again. And I'm even more excited because when I look at what I was doing with my cupcakes at first to now, it's so easy. It's such a streamlined process. It might take me 30 minutes to do cupcakes from starting to cooling to decorating. It's quick. So now I'm happy.
You got it.
Yeah.
When it's for you, it's really just for you. So, yeah.
So that business is definitely my baby.
Well, you've been nursing it since February, and you are doing awesome. I feel like you are organized and you are determined. So that's just like those are the keys to success.
It's something that I hope I can take with me wherever. Hopefully I'll be leaving Baton Rouge in the next year, so maybe I'll rebrand and change the name, or maybe I'll keep it the same so people know that it's special to me. But I plan to do cupcakes all over the place.
So where are you going to? Because you gotta keep it Baton Rouge because we gotta represent. I was thinking about leaving too because they cannot cook Louisiana food like anywhere. I've traveled a lot and it's nothing like Louisiana food.
So look what that chicken looks like when it's finished. It's still sizzling in there. Like you said, it was the sizzle for you.
Oh yes indeed. Once again,
It did it for you?
I mean, it's everything for me.
So are you a rosemary and thyme fan?
I'm a big thyme fan.
Yeah.
But the rosemary is very new to me.
It's setting it off.
Because it's dominant.
Yeah.
But, the way you layered everything, you layered it perfect. You layered it perfect. Another little taste of this. Girl. The drink is the drink for me. It's all this good pressure rolled into one for me. Well, I really want to thank you for coming.
Thank you so
Like,
much.
I
It was
really
fun.
enjoyed you. You taught me some things. You definitely got something for my Christmas list. I might need that before Christmas though.
The air fryer need to sponsor me.
Listen, Airfryer, y'all get at the Baton Rouge Cake Cupcake Goddess, okay? Y'all come see about that, because, I mean, Lord, you putting your wrist to work in so many different ways.
Thank
You're just
you.
multi-talented. I love it. Tell them again where they can follow you. And
So you
reach
can follow me on my personal pages. It's Raven Lindsey. So that's gonna be 2 N's on the end of Raven and then 2 Y's at the end of Lindsey. Or follow my cupcake page, Baton.Booze on Instagram or Baton Booze on Facebook. You can order there in DM or click the links in those bios and it'll take you to the order form.
Oh, Baton Booze, Baton Booze. Let's get it.
Thanks again.
Thank you so much, man. It's pressure over here.